Alright, update on Solana. So Solana's had a massive rally today. Before I started making this video, I was making other altcoin videos and we were up like 15%. We're now up, 14.5%. So from the candle body opening to the wick, you can see we actually, we went to 16.5%. From where we are now, like it says over here, we're 15.5%. So what do I see happening now? Number one, we are running into this red line. This is why we've probably got this little push down on the wick. Now if we do kind of take this trend line out, you can see that we've had multiple wicks up to here before absolutely falling off the table. Now Solana is my favorite altcoin. It is the only altcoin that I own that takes up more than 1% of my portfolio. So when I do say that we are running into resistance, I am saying this from an unbiased perspective because obviously I do want this coin to do very well. But like I've been saying for the past few weeks, if you've been watching me for the past few weeks, you'll have known that I've outlined this 112 level as the most important level that we need to get above. Until we do get above 112, I will not be getting out of bed for Solana. You can see this 112 is the 618 that comes from this low of this fib all the way to the all-time high, and so far we've come down, back tested the 786 and had a strong bounce, which is really good. I mean, from the 786 we've gone up almost 32%, so, or just over 32%, so all is good. If we do come over to the Bitcoin dominance, I've been outlining on my channel why I think altcoins will be underperforming against Bitcoin, and that is because obviously the Bitcoin dominance is above the 200-day. All of these altcoins, basically, apart from Atom, ICP, and Solana, they've been the only ones to outperform Bitcoin. So if we come over to the Sol BTC pair, you can see we've had another lovely bounce on the 618. It looks like we really want to hold the 618. For me personally, I'd really like to see us get above these lows on these wicks here. You can see that this is what we've run into multiple times. We are kind of getting stuck between this support and resistance. We're converging between trend lines right now, and the more and more you touch support and resistance, the weaker it gets, and that goes for both ways. I mean, we have touched the floor down here, the support, many times, and we've touched the resistance up here many times. So I see a lot of volatility getting ready to enter this coin, whether that means that we're going to have a fall to the downside or a huge pump and start breaking out against Bitcoin. I am yet to have decided that, but in the macro term, if we do zoom out, we are above the 618, so far there is literally nothing to panic about. We are holding up really nicely against Bitcoin, unlike a lot of other altcoins. So money flow indicator is heading up quite nicely as well. RSI seems to have bottomed down here. I mean, we came all the way down to 20 on the RSI. Previously, when we have come down to here, it has acted as a strong bottom. We had a huge rally up to here before coming back and retesting it, so we could potentially be seeing a push up, one last retest of here before we do go up. That is still very much on the table. If we do come back to the USD pair, I noticed, if I can find it, where's the 200-day? Here it is. So previously, when we have bounced and fallen off the table a little bit from the all-time highs, this was all the way from 58 to 20, so a very harsh drop. We put in one bottom, two bottoms, and three bottoms, and we skyrocketed. Now do bear in mind that we were kind of holding support here on the 200-day moving average, and we are currently below that, so do take that into consideration. I do believe the past doesn't always rhyme, or the past isn't always the same. It doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. You can see so far we have put in one bottom down here, two bottoms, so it could be very potential. Like I said, the 112 is the number one level I'm looking for. It could be very likely that we spike up to 112, come back down here for one last low, and then have a huge rally out of here. But I could be wrong. If I am wrong, we would need to spike above 112, blast above it, hold it as resistance, and then go off to the races. If we do something like that, so be it. I am, the number one indicator for me is the 112. As long as we're above the 618, we're bullish. As long as we're below it, we are bearish, at least in the short term. So Do bear in mind, you know, the USD pair is slightly bearish, but the BTC pair is very bullish. So we do have some mixed signals coming in. Obviously, Bitcoin is having a huge rally today, but you know, like I've been saying in my videos, I would need to see a break above 46,000 before. Personally, for me, I will be, you know, going back into Femex and putting in longs for a lot of these coins, Solana, Bitcoin included. Now, just to wrap up the video, one cause for concern of why, you know, Solana could roll over now or go up to 112 and roll over is that we are still below the 618 on the total crypto market cap. So you know, we are currently retesting the golden pocket, the 618, whatever you want to call it. If we do get rejected at this point, we are going to see huge volatility to the downside. Next price target I've got is the 2.618, which from, you know, where we are now is another 25% drop, and 25% drop while the Bitcoin dominance is going up would probably mean that, you know, Bitcoin may drop 20%, some of the altcoins will drop 30, 40, 50%. So I'm keeping my eye on Solana. I'm hoping we can hop above this red trend line, have a impulse up to 112. If we do come back down, we would need to hold $80, or, you know, 80, 75. 75 I'd say is probably the lowest that I would personally like to see it hold. But, you know, you could see, you know, potentially even a quick wick to 70, 69 or something, and then having a big pump up. So that's what I've got my eyes on right now. 112 is still the biggest level that we need to get above, and, you know, as long as we kind of hold the 70 region, then, you know, I do see us probably going back up later on in the year. So that's all I see for Solana today. Once again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Peace.